So I seen a video of this young boy talking about going back to the light after death, and I'm sure a lot of us on here already know that the light is a trap. And I want to share something. It was 2021, June in Miami, and let's just say I had a vision. Okay, so there was this person who she just was like messy, and I confided in her, and I never thought that she would be the messy one, because I don't confide in nobody, and I confided in her. So like the day after I confided in her, I had a vision, or you can call it a dream, and in this dream, I went to go kill her ass. I was just sick of these people here, and I found her. She was hovering, like she was floating over this pastor whose ass she always kissed. And she was like a little gremlin or whatever, whatever. I got my pistol out and I shot her ass. And then after that, word started to get around town how, like, where she at, yada, yada, yada. And I already knew it was going to be some BS. I already knew I was going to be persecuted by these idiots because they didn't understand, like, authenticity I valued. And just, I was like, I'm sick of this shit. So then I was walking with 3 of my family members. And while we were doing so, one of my little cousins, who I think is a real light being here, she may not know it yet, she handed me a pistol. And this may seem dark, but it's like telepathically we were communicating. And I just remember, like, I'm tired of even being in this space with y'all, so I'm gonna off myself to free myself, not out of like, oh, I'm sad or depressed or whatever, but I'm above this type thing. So I did so. And I faded to darkness. I didn't go to no light. It was just darkness. And as soon as I off myself, I felt everything went blank or black. And I felt my consciousness leave out the right side of my head. And I was just in consciousness, just darkness. And then my mind began to quiet, and I was there, and I was peaceful. Prior to that, in 2020, I was having a lot of visions, like my dreams. They weren't dreams anymore. I started having dreams where it was just triple darkness, just me and thought. That's it. And it was peaceful. That was it. It's like a deep meditation with Source, where we are one. None of this other stuff is around, just thought. I mean, think about it. That's how everything came into existence anyway. But yeah. So these things have given you graven images to program you to think things should be this way, one way or the other. That's it. I'm going to start sharing some stories on here. That's what I'm going to do. But I just want to share that DreamWorks, they program the children early, and they tell you they want you to go to the light. The little boy sitting on the moon is them fishing for souls because you keep coming back here. This is not a place to be. I tell people this all the time. I've been saying this since I was young. This is hell. What other place do you know where you got starving children, starving people, you have to pay to survive, and then you're stressed and worried if you can't make that rent, you get evicted and be put out on the streets and this and that and the third. You can't even catch rainwater. Not that the rainwater is good anyway because they're poisoning the sky. But if they were really for you, why? Like I tell my people, they got on me about, well, you gotta vote. Why? I have never voted for a president a day in my life. Why do we have to vote? When one side is preaching about, oh, you have to do, vote for me because I'm going to do this, that, and the third for you. The other side, vote for me because I'm going to do this, that, and the third for you. I mean, if you had to pick a side, pick Republican, but I'm not voting for none of their asses. Meanwhile, if you really cared about human rights, we wouldn't have to choose between two people. You would just do it. So they're playing games. That's why it's done in court, like a basketball court. This shit is just so ridiculous, man. So ridiculous. But yeah, fade into darkness. People have been conditioned that that's a bad thing. And when you think about it, this is, like as I've been saying, the light is the illusion. I know we talk about love and light and shit like that, but this is a paradox. We're in an illusion. All this light, different fractals of light. I've heard of angels of light. I've heard of angles of light. This is a prism. This is a prison. You know, Jesus dying on the cross. This is what I heard from someone else. Is your body, which makes sense because I've already known that I felt trapped in this flesh. Not that I can't make it to heaven within, but I ain't supposed to be here forever. Get what I'm saying? Who wants to be mortal here? Not in this state. Not in this state. Maybe if it was different and we're just heading that way now. But who wants to be here forever? I mean, we are eternal. I get that. So we never die. I'm just saying here forever. I'm much more than just being in the flesh suit. I'm supposed to be here, enjoy my good time, and go. But we weren't able to enjoy because of these devils. Now, when I talk, I know I speak of light and dark, God and the devil. It's all the same. But for the sake of argument, I'm talking. Because, I'm going to say it again for the umpteenth time, it's like a battery. You have to have positive and negative for it to work, for it to do anything. Man and woman, positive and negative, hot and cold. So I'm not disregarding none of that, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying there's just something to think about. We should stop looking and giving into their graven images because it's programming your psyche and getting you off course, because when you do transition, all that's embedded within you is what they're giving you. They have you searching and longing for something that's inside of you all this time that your flesh keeps turning away from. Your flesh keeps looking out here into this world when really just meditation is important. Just close your eyes and focus or see what's within. God is always present. And I will have moments where I will always forget that. Or the force that you would call God, whatever you want to call it. Remember, it's all the same. It's just different degrees of shit. But what you're looking for is inside of you. And then there will be a moment where people, those who have been asleep, this thing is going to show you itself. And then they're going to feel so sorry that all their life they've been misled, or they didn't know, or they turned their back on God. And it's supposed to be to where they work on their selves, free themselves, and be a servant of God. Because you're not this body. You're not this body. You're not your mind. This vessel is supposed to be a servant of the presence within, which is really who you truly are. My very first post on here, in the note form, was about how we're multidimensional. So you have the consciousness of your ego, and it's thinking it's its own thing, it's thinking it's this and that, but you're so much more than that. But you don't own it, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't own up to it.